So some of the myths that we come across as hematologists or hemato-oncologists when we are treating patients with blood disorders. Say if I'm talking about non-cancerous conditions, then I get asked if my hemoglobin is low, can I go for a walk? Can I still take the stairs? If my platelets are low, can I go to the gym and lift weights? Yes and no. So these are all questions we would actually prompt you to, yes, meet with your hematologist and discuss. As doctors, and of course with you being our patients, we don't want you to have a very limited lifestyle. If I have a patient who I'm treating for anemia, if their hemoglobin is more than 8, I would probably allow them to go for a walk, take the stairs, and lead a moderately active lifestyle. But if I have a patient who has a hemoglobin below 6, then taking even a brisk walk may be detrimental to their heart. So I might limit them. So it actually goes, rather than a question, it actually goes by a lot of things or factors we use to look at the reports, look at the patient, come to an assessment, and then give you a recommendation. Some of the other myths are blood cancers are not curable. So yes, in one way, aggressive leukemias is very difficult to treat because they don't really respond very well to chemotherapy. But the goal is always to try and cure or at least control the majority of the disease, especially when it comes to blood disorders or blood cancers like leukemia, lymphoma, or myeloma. Even if it means doing a higher end procedure like a bone marrow transplant or a stem cell transplant or CAR T cell therapy for that matter. So we are always trying to look at cure or control of the disease and never just minimal care. Some of the other myths that we see is when I talk about the disease being genetic, I get asked by families, oh, but nobody in my family ever had blood cancer. So there is a huge difference between genetic cause and hereditary. So what patients mostly are under the impression is we get a blood cancer or a blood condition only if somebody else in the family has it. Two things to that. One, yes, if somebody else in the family had it, you are slightly at a higher risk for getting it. But if nobody else in the family had it also, there is something called a gene mutation, which is a sudden change that can happen in your genes and that can cause you to develop a blood cancer. So just going by the history of nobody else had blood cancer in the family is not a foolproof way to ensure that you don't have any blood cancers. And last thing, patients are sometimes under the impression that blood cancer spread just by living with another person who has blood cancer. Cancer is something that can't really spread from one person to another person by sharing the same towels, sharing spoons, sharing the same room, or even by coughing, sharing secretions. It is not a contagious or infectious disease of sorts, and there have to be a lot of factors that come together for a person to have cancer.